Checked.
Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Keith here again, and in this video we're going to look at Python while loops. So a while loop is just simply we give it some way to iterate, and then we do something for each iteration, and then we just want to, before we hit the bottom of the loop to go back to the top, we want to add one to that controller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using NVDA Screen Reader. I'll be in Python 3.9, and we will be using Visual Studio Code as our text editor, and we'll run our code in the Linux based it's a Linux environment terminal called Git Bash. So first we are going to open up Git Bash in this empty directory. It's called while loops. So
Context menu.
applications, press
Git bash US.
S, press enter
While
on
line
Git
loops window.
Bash.
/usr/bin/
Alright, so now we're going to create a
Mingo 64
file in this directory. So we're going to echo greater, that's no spaces, and then we're going to say loops.py, not phpy. We're going to press enter. Alright, so now we're going to open this up in Visual Studio Code, but we're going to do it from the command line. We type code space, and then since it's the only file in the while loop directory, we can just press tab
loops.py
and it'll populate. So we press enter. And I'm going to slow my screen reader down while that opens up.
NVDA menu, preferences, settings, S. General 1 of 14. Braille 3 of 14. Speech 2 of 14. Voice : rate : slider 75 Alt plus R.
So we'll go down to 65. Alright.
Enter. Mingo 64 : while line loops row 1.
So we will get back to our focus now is our command line, or terminal. We're going to alt tab to loops.py. So when you create a file from the command line using echo, you need to delete this line feed that's in here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is type a comment. So number simple while loop in Python 3.9, and to do a comment you just put your number sign, then we press space, and then we type our comment.
9.
Now I'm going to press enter. Let's read that.
Number simple while loop in Python 3.9 blank.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do with any while loop is you have to have some type of controller. So we're going to create a very simple loop, and what it's going to do is it's going to output the value of the controller for each loop until we reach the condition. So until the condition reaches false. So first we're going to type a declare a variable, and we're going to call it controller. And we're going to so controller space equals space, and we're going to set it to 0. Now we're going to press enter. We come to our next line, and to declare a while loop, it's just the keyword while, so WHILE space. Now right here we're going to have the condition, and the condition is going to be while the controller, so controller is less than 5, and then we colon. So basically while, let me get that out. So while controller, so while 0 is less than 5, we want to print out controllers. So at the end of this we type our colon blank, and then we press enter.
4 space.
You'll hear it indents 4 spaces, so anything that's indented 4 spaces will be ran in this code block. So we're going to say print left parenthesis, and then we're going to say controller right parenthesis. We're going to press enter, and now the last thing we want to do is add one to that controller. To do that, we type controller space equal, or not equals, but so controller space plus equals 1, and that is how we're going to add one to that. So now we can actually That's not going to do that. All right, we're going to save this and we're going to go run it. So again, let's review. We
No
got our
event number
comment
symbol
up
while
top.
loop in Python 3.9 blank. Controller equals 0.
We declare our controller variable, set it equal to 0.
While controller less 5 colon.
So while the controller is less than 5,
4 space print left paren, controller right paren.
we're going to print the controller. So, and then the last thing,
Controller plus equals 1.
controller plus equals 1. That is very important. Make sure that that's there. What happens is it will just become an infinite loop until it fills up all your RAM and crashes. So, and it'll just crash your terminal. And to get out of that, you would do, I believe it's Control Z, but if not, it's Control D, and if that doesn't work, it's Control C. I can't remember, so it's been a little while since I've done that. So we're going to save this, and we're going to Alt-Tab to our terminal.
Mingo 60.
Now in our terminal, we can simply type Python space, and then like I said, it's the only file, so right now we can just press Tab,
Loops.py.
and it'll populate. Press Enter.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4. K-Blackett laptop down.
Okay, so you hear it prints it out. Now, if you listen, you hear 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it ends. So you don't hear 5 because remember we said everything, we want it to print the controller until it's not less than 5 anymore. So once the controller gets to 5, it's actually equal to 5. So it will not, it will cancel out. So that is a while loop in Python. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you enjoyed, please give it a thumbs up. That helps the YouTube algorithm. And in the next video, we will be looking at for loops. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Loops.py while line loops row OBS 2 6.